Good day to you, Dr. Koh and my fellow friends. Today, we are from Tutorial 1, Group 2. We'll be presenting a case titled Measuring and Managing Employee Turnover. Before I start, allow me to introduce my team members. Our group consists of 6 members, which are me, Munira, Rose, Raja, Alia, Amir, and also Hale. These are the table of contents of what we are going to present after this. Moving on to the 10 concise statement. Rhonda Garvey is the assistant of Tasty Max restaurant located at the food court in New York's busiest mall. This store's turnover rate was 122.7% higher compared to Tasty Max any other stores. This restaurant was known for its uncompromising standards for excellent product and service quality. Where the choice cuts of beef were ground daily for hamburgers, only all meat hot dogs with natural casings were used, and also the restaurant's handcrafted root beer was made on site. All employees also were supposed to attend a 4-hour group orientation and on-the-job training upon hiring, where they would introduce to every details to the company, such as rules and policy, mission and culture, and also the restaurant's menu. Group health insurance and personal time were given to permanent employees who met 2 qualifications. The personal time benefit was increased in the 2nd, 5th, and 10th years of employment. Tasty Max also employed a sort of 3 strikes rule, where firstly is the verbal warning, secondly is the first written warning, and lastly is the final written warning, where employees could violate a particular rule or policy 3 times before being involuntarily terminated. Now, I'll pass it to the next member to continue the concise statement. Thank you.
Alright, so despite being one of the busiest and most lucrative locations, the Tasty Max restaurant in the Jubilee Mall has developed a reputation as a problem store due to its high employee turnover and other issues. The issues like the excessive turnover of non-supervisory employees at the restaurant are largely caused by the transportation issues that includes long and difficult commutes via indirect and infrequent bus routes, which leads to another problems like absenteeism, poor punctuality, and also leaving work early. And not only that, the other factors that contributes to the employee turnover are insubordinations, dispute with middle class supervisors, dress code violations, and also theft. Last but not least, which is the management style, includes the favoritism, arbitrary rule enforcements, and dictatorial behavior, also a major factor in the high employee turnover at the restaurants. Therefore, Rhonda, she has acknowledged the detrimental effects of the staff turnover on the profitability and also on the competitiveness of the organizations. Hence, she proposed potential solutions that are necessary to persuade the senior leaderships on the severity of the issues. So that is all for the summary of the case. Next, I will continue with the problem statements. So the problem statement based on the summary of the case is, what sort of remedial plan should Rhonda offer, and how should she make a business case to win managerial support for her plan?
Moving on to possible alternatives courses of action. The first suggested alternatives will be providing employee shuttle service. Employee shuttle service operates as a transportation service provided by an employer to their employees. It typically involves the use of company vehicles such as bus or vans to transport employees to and from work or other designated locations. The shuttle service may be offered as a perk to employees or as a cost-saving measure for the company. The service is usually designated to operate on a set schedule with predetermined pick-up and drop-off points. The employer may contract with a third-party shuttle service provider or manage the shuttle internally. The shuttle may also be used for other company-related transportation needs such as business meetings or events. Offering shuttle service to employees boosts employee morale, productivity, and retention. Because TastyMax employees rely on public transportation, they frequently leave their tasks undone in order to catch a ride back to their separate residence. By that, offering shuttle service for them would be a good alternative. There are two benefits and two drawbacks identified for this alternative. The first benefit is that employee shuttle service can provide a reliable and efficient mode of transportation for employees, minimizing the chances of tardiness and absenteeism due to transportation problems. It also helps employees in focusing on finishing their work tasks rather than rushing just to catch their ride. Other than that, it can improve employee morale as they will feel valued and cared for by the company, leading to increased job satisfaction and a decreased likelihood of turnover. This alternative's drawback is that providing an employee shuttle service can be expensive for the restaurant, especially if they have to hire a third-party contractor or purchase additional vehicles and take care of its maintenance. Another disadvantage of this option is that arranging and maintaining employee shuttle service can be time consuming and may necessitate additional staffing resources, which would increase the restaurant's overhead costs.
I am Rosie Manina and I'll be presenting the second possible alternative, which is launching incentive program. So the pros for this alternative is a clearly defined goal. Employees will be given incentive for reaching or accomplishing certain goals that have been set by the organization. They will know the exact goal to get incentive and stay motivated. For example, in this case, TastyMax restaurant can put on a benchmark on employees' attendance, which is full working hour completion in a week for 5 consecutive weeks. Then, employees will get certain amount of incentive and the amount varies based on their commitment. This can tackle absenteeism issues faced by TastyMax restaurant. The second pros for this alternative is increased employee retention. Once employees set their goal on this incentive program and succeed on accomplishing one of their criteria, they will experience own self that this program gives a sense of control over their income. They will know that if they work better, they will be rewarded for it and see better results. For example, on this case is, if TastyMax restaurant put a goal on employees who got most recognition from customer during selected hour, which is for example at peak hour or at the time nearing closing hour, employee will stay on at the workplace until closing time, thus tackle leaving work early issue. However, the cons for this alternative is employees will be overly competitive and not focus on quality. Incentive program can lead to overly competitive workforce. As it becomes the norm, employees will less focus on quality and just do the bare minimum to accomplish goal. For example, if TastyMax restaurant set a goal on employee who complete full working hour for 5 consecutive weeks and it become the norm for the employees, some of them will take it lightly and are present just to achieve the goal but not really focusing on work, instead just lazing around. The second cons for this alternative is resentment. Incentives that are seen as unfair can lead to resentment and undermine teamwork. For example, if the goal is for employees who got most recognition from customer during selected hour, this will lead to resentment for employees that work backstage, which is in the kitchen. Even when they complete working hours, they will still at the back of the track in accomplishing the goals, as the customers didn't know which of the employees deserve to give recognition to.
Good day, Doctor and all. I'm Alia and I'll be presenting the third alternative. So the third alternative is provide effective training for employees. Employee training and development can have impressive benefits to the company. Employees of TastyMax in Ronda store should go through the full training process from orientation to compliance training and also to elective learning. So they are more knowledgeable about the duties unique to their positions and business policies. As a result, productivity and efficiency will rise and there will be fewer write-ups due to poor performance. But after all, employee training has its own pros and cons. So for the pro side, firstly, trainings enhance job satisfaction and participation from employees. The ability for employees to learn new skills and advance their careers is one of the main advantages of employee trainings. So job satisfaction is influenced by a variety of factors, but at its core, it comes down to how satisfied people are with their work. They will understand that your company values them when you make an investment in their training. so they receive the tools they require to develop and feel competent in their jobs as well. Job satisfaction and employee engagement are closely related. Only 13% of workers worldwide feel engaged at work, which is a very low level of engagement in today's workforce. This is important to consider because happy and motivated workers are more productive, less likely to be absent from work, and offer better customer service. Next, training will also enhance employee motivation. So, when you give your employees the chance to learn, they can put their new knowledge to use and take on new challenges at work, which increases their level of enthusiasm for their work. So, employee motivation is the level of energy, commitment, and creativity that a company's worker brings to their job. Motivating yourself has many advantages, including fewer staff turnover issues and higher productivity. Surprisingly, material advantages like a company car have less of an impact on motivation that you might imagine. Instead, workers want to feel like inspired, valued, and empowered, whereas material items fall short. Learning opportunities and training take care of this. While there are undoubtedly many advantages to employee training, there are also some drawbacks that may prevent it from being successful. One drawback is the high cost. The cost of employee training can be prohibitive for small and medium-sized businesses. Travel, training facilities, internal training development, and equipment expenses can add up quickly. Small businesses had an average budget of 367,000 in 2019 compared to large businesses, which is 17.7 million average budget. Lastly, poor quality training can result in poor quality work. The words practice makes perfect is well known, but what happens when bad habits are developed? So finding qualified instructors and producing high quality training materials take time and effort. The temptation to eschew excellence in favor of simplicity may exist. However, if the training instills bad habits and inaccurate knowledge in your employees, it could quickly backfire. So that's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hello everyone. After considering the three given alternatives, I strongly believe that a comprehensive training program is the best solution for CIX. This is because training and development can have a significant impact on employee engagement, productivity, and retention, which are all key factors in reducing turnover rate. Comprehensive training can help tackle the underlying causes of turnover by addressing the job dissatisfaction, poor performance, and insufficient knowledge and skill. It provides employees with the necessary training to feel valued and supported, resulting in higher job satisfaction and lower turnover rate. To further support my choice, incentive may motivate employee, while a shuttle service may reduce absenteeism. However, without proper training, employee will still struggle with job-specific tasks and company rules, which can lead to poor performance and turnover. To implement the training program, we need to first do assessment and identify the specific area where employee needed training. Second, develop a comprehensive training program that includes onboarding, compliance training, and elective learning opportunities. Third, select the best training method for each topic or module. Fourth, create a schedule for training session. 5. Carry out the training based on the schedule. 6. Evaluate the effectiveness of the training program by gathering feedback from employee or assessing their performance before and after the training. And lastly, maintain the training program. Here is the list of our references. That's all from us. Thank you.